Linear Integrated Circuits, Module 1, Lecture 4. In today's session, we'll be starting up with non-inverting summing amplifier. So we already learned summing amplifier. Now coming to the non-inverting summing amplifier, have a look at the circuit. We have an ideal op amp with applied voltages at the non-inverting terminal. So at the non-inverting terminal, we have three resistors, that is R1, R2 and R3, along with the applied voltages V1, V2 and V3 respectively. Now at the inverting terminal of this op amp, there's an feedback resistor RF connected between the output terminal and the inverting terminal, and there is a resistor of R5. So this R5 acts as an input resistors because whatever the total input voltage is applied, the same input will be available at the resistor R5. This is about the circuit. Now coming to the derivation part, we have case 1. So if you observe case 1, we are considering it as V1 active with V2 and V3 as grounded. There's a circuit diagram over there when V1 is active, where your V2 and V3 are grounded. Now observe carefully, when your V2 and V3 are grounded, the resistors R2 and R3 will be in parallel with each other. And there is a voltage drop across it, as I have marked it as Vx1. You can consider it as Va or Vb, anything. Now step 1, Vx1 is equal to, we have derived an equation there. So how did we get that? So that is simple, by applying voltage divider rule. So by applying voltage divider rule at that point, you get this equation. So what is your voltage divider rule statement? So whichever voltage we are considering, so we are finding Vx1, which will be equal to total voltage into across which resistors are we finding? That resistors to the sum of the resistance. So by considering that statement, we get Vx1 is equal to, what is your total voltage here? It is V1 into across which resistor are we finding? That is parallel connection of R2 and R3 by sum of the resistors. So the complete network is R1, R2 and R3. So your sum of the resistors will be R1 plus parallel connection of R2 and R3. Step number 2. Your R1 will be equal to R2, which is equal to R3. Now step number 3, by substituting your R2 and R3 as R1. So Vx1 is equal to V1 into R1 by 2. So how did we get this R1 by 2 in the sense? When two resistors of same value are in parallel with each other, it can be written as the resistor value divided by 2. So I have written the same thing, that is R1 by 2 to the R1 plus R1 by 2, which implies Vx1 is equal to V1 into R1 by 2, the whole divided by. So your 2 is being multiplied to the other side of R1. So you get 2R1 plus R1, the whole divided by 2. Further, your Vx1 will be equal to V1 into R1 by 2, the whole divided by 3R1 by 2. So your 2 will get cancelled. It implies Vx1 is equal to V1 R1 by 3R1. Therefore, R1 R1 will also get cancelled. Finally, your Vx1 will be equal to V1 by 3. Similarly, Vx2 will be equal to V2 by 3. So, for the first case, when we consider as V1 is active and your V2 and V3 are grounded, for first case you get this Vx1. For the second case, you have to consider in the same way. When your V1 and V3 are grounded, V2 will be active. For that you get Vx2. And Vx3, when your V3 is active and V2 and V1 are grounded, you get Vx3. Hope you got it. Now coming to the step number 4, your input voltage, it will be Vx1 plus Vx2 plus Vx3. So we all know the formulas for this now. So Vi will be equal to, what is your Vx1? V1 by 3 plus Vx2 is V2 by 3 plus Vx3 is V3 by 3. And finally, you get your input voltage as V input is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3, the whole divided by 3. Now, gain is equal to V0 by Vi. That is your output voltage to the input voltage. Step number 5. To find the output voltage V0. So, how did we get this formula? From the above gain equation, we just wrote this formula. So, V0 will be equal to gain into input voltage Vi. So, V0 is equal to, I have written the gain as 1 plus R4 by R5. So, how did we get this? If you look back into the circuit, it says it is a non-inverting summing amplifier. That means your input voltage is being applied to the non-inverting terminal of the op amp. We already know the gain of the non-inverting amplifier will be 1 plus feedback resistor to the input resistor. So your feedback resistor is RF here and your input resistor is R5. So your complete gain will be 1 plus R4 by R5 into your input voltage. We already derived that formula, that is V1 plus V2 plus V3, the whole divided by 3. Now your output voltage will be V1 plus V2 plus V3. So how did we get this equation? We'll be discussing now. Now you can see a note over there. R4 is equal to 2 into R5. I'll say you why did we consider in such way. Now your output voltage will be equal to 1 plus RF, that is R4 by R5 into V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by 3. Second step, your V0 is equal to 1 plus substituting the consideration value, that is 2R5 by R5 into V1 plus V2 plus V3 to the 3. Now your R5 and R5 will get cancelled. Therefore, it will become 1 plus 2 into V1 plus V2 plus V3 to the 3. Now your output voltage will be equal to 3 into V1 plus V2 plus V3, the whole divided by 3. Now your 3 and 3 will get cancelled and your final output voltage will be equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So now why did we consider your feedback resistor should be 2 times of R5? That is not mandatory. It should be 2 times of the input resistor. No such thing. So you have to consider your feedback resistor in such a way that you have to get the number of inputs you have been applied at the op amp circuit. So here we have 3 inputs. So to achieve the number 3, you have to consider your feedback resistor in such a way that you have to get number 3. So I have taken it as 2 times of R5. So by taking 2 times of R5, your R5 and R5 will get cancelled. Therefore, it will be 3. So your 3 will get cancelled and finally your output voltage will be equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now suppose we have 4 input voltages. So to achieve 4, in what can we consider for the feedback resistor? The feedback resistor will be 3 times the input resistor. So when it is 3 times the input resistor, we get 4 and 4. Your 4 and 4 will get cancelled and finally your output voltage will be equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus V4. So that is about your non-inverting summing amplifier. Average summing amplifier. You can see the circuit diagram. An ideal op amp with input resistors R1 and R2 along with the applied voltages V1 and V2 at the inverting input terminal. And there's a feedback resistor connected between the inverting terminal and the output terminal, along with the R4 resistor connected to the non-inverting input terminal. Now, coming to the derivation part. Step 1. your V naught is equal to, we already know the formula for summing amplifier, it will be minus feedback resistor into the number of voltages to the respective resistors. In the same way, your V naught will be equal to minus, you can take your R3 in front or after the equation, anything. So minus of V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 into R3. Now step number 2, your R1 is equal to R2. By taking that, your V0 will be equal to minus of V1 by R1 plus V2 by R1 into R3. V0 is equal to minus of V1 plus V2 by the whole divided by R1 into R3. Now this can be written as V0 is equal to minus R3 by R1 into V1 plus V2. Now R3 is equal to minus R1 by 2. So why did we consider? Because we have to take your feedback resistor in such a way that at the denominator you have to achieve your average. Because at the input we have taken 2 input voltages. Therefore, to achieve that 2 in the denominator, you have to consider your feedback resistor in this way. If it is 3 input resistor, you have to consider your feedback resistor as minus. Minus, why we are considering, is to get the positive output voltage. Minus of input resistor to the number of input voltages. Now, your V0 will be equal to, by substituting your R3, that is feedback resistor, we have considered it as minus R1 by 2. The whole divided by R1 into V1 plus V2. Now your R1 and R1 will be get cancelled. Therefore, you get V0 is equal to minus into minus 1 by 2 into V1 plus V2. Finally, you get minus into minus, you get positive voltage. Finally, your output voltage will be equal to V1 plus V2, the whole divided by 2. This is your output of an average amplifier. Now you can take down a small note, the specifications of IC LM741. Number 1, input bias current. Your IB will be equal to 500 nanoampere. Number 2, sleeve rate. Your sleeve rate will be equal to 0.5 voltage per microsecond. Number 3, output swing voltage. Your VCC or VE, it will be varied from plus or minus 15 volt to plus or minus 120 volts. Now here we come to the end of the session. Thanks for watching.